I do believe that the one type of beer that is always okay to drink on the early side of things, and that's Guinness. I don't know what it is about Guinness. I don't know if it's because it's a heavier beer. It comes in that awesome pint glass, an imperial pint glass, as it's called. There's something about it where and when I see it, there's the picture of Guinness, or like when the server goes by with a tray full of Guinness, like it's just when it's just that blackest of black, and then just the creamy top to it, the creamy head. I feel sorry for people who don't love Guinness. I feel sorry for non-Guinness drinkers. I really do. You are missing out. There is something about that finishing the first pint of Guinness. Some things they say there's something about the first sip, but to me, it's that final sip of your first pint. Because the first pint of Guinness is something you enjoy thoroughly. There's no sense of I need to get after it. Then they start going down very easily. I've told people, I'm like, first pint of Guinness, it never feels like you drink it that fast. Feels like you're almost drinking slow. Second pint, yeah, maybe about the same. But pints 3 through 8 go down very, very quick. Scarily quick. They sneak up on you big time. But there's just something about it's just such a different experience than your typical lager or your Pilsner or any kind of ale. All the new craft beers, there's all sorts of different styles these days, but Guinness is an experience unto itself. And that's why those posters are so popular across the world. The Guinness is good for you. Guinness, brilliant. Have a Guinness, like all those kind of things where some of those posters didn't make sense. There was a lot where there was like some sort of toucan bird, some sort of exotic bird was in a lot of these Guinness commercials or Guinness posters. And I've never seen any of those in Ireland or anywhere in that part of Europe whatsoever. So I don't know where the fuck those birds came from, but there they were. But I always like the Guinness, it's good for you, where it shows a guy like, he's about to arm wrestle someone. He's like, I got to have a Guinness first. You know what I was told by some old Irishmen was that back in the day, I don't think they still do this, but and by the way, back in the day to certain people could mean like 1993, not that really far back in the day, but they would give Guinness to Irish women after they gave birth, like in the hospital. Oh, you just gave birth. Here's a pint of Guinness. Not as a celebratory thing, but because Guinness is rich in minerals and in particular iron. Apparently there's iron in Guinness. Now, I've not looked this up or fact checked it whatsoever, but I like to believe this is all true. So whenever there is a chance to order Guinness and drink Guinness, I'm all about it. Unfortunately, it's become wildly expensive in the city of Chicago to the point where it's kind of ridiculous. There are some pubs, no bullshit, will charge like $9 for a pint of Guinness. And that is it's a sin. It's sacrilegious. It's against everything as human beings we should stand for. And someone needs to pay for this. Not for the actual, not with actual money. I mean, pay with their soul. I'm not going to say their life. Soul is different than life. You could lose your soul, but still live. But there needs to be some sort of retribution to whoever decided to raise the price of Guinness this much.